Hey guys, where were you? Me, I was busy re-listening. You know, when you have listened something and then you say, oh, no, let me re-listen. I was there listening. Did you just hear Ndlovu? Search, you know what? Ndlovu admitting in court under oath that it's possible to edit pictures. And he says, I myself, I can edit pictures. You don't get it. Do you? No. You don't get it. You guys, you don't get it. Ndlovu admit under cross-examination by Mshololo that one, it's possible to edit pictures. And he even said, I myself, I'm actually able to edit pictures. Whoa! On the side note, did you notice that the pictures that we are seeing? Because watch all the videos that I've shared. You will see the picture that is said to be belonging to Ntanzi. That is not Ntanzi, guys. I fully disagree. You must look at the pictures. That's not Ntanzi. That is not Ntanzi at all. That's not Ntanzi. Nevertheless, lalelani guys. Lalelani ngitshela indaba engingayazi. So, you see, the state shot themselves on the foot, one, by thinking that they are going to use Ndlovu as an easy target to fulfill their propaganda, their agenda. Kanti Ndlovu is going to make a U-turn and confess and say, no, pictures are manipulated. Okay, guys, we call it, in the language of editing, we call it a manipulation of a picture. That's when we edit a picture. For instance, we can take you and place you somewhere in New York City, France. It's a manipulation of that picture. Or we can make you look like you were dressed in a certain way. That's called manipulation of a picture. Listen to this. So this man agree that that's possible. You know why? Because he cannot deny it. He works in that department. He knows that with the advent of artificial intelligence, we have seen, for instance, not long ago, if I had that picture, I will show you the picture of Julius Malema and this guy, Secretary General of ANC, kissing. We know that it did not happen in real life, but people using artificial intelligence created a picture as if they were kissing. And when you look at that picture very close, you're like, no, normal human being doesn't kiss this way. You can tell that this artificial intelligence, but this artificial intelligence can be perfected so much so that you would not be able to distinguish between the fake and the right ones. So that's when they have perfected artificial intelligence. With that being said, so the men agree that it's possible to manipulate pictures. How many of those that have been manipulated and brought before court? How many? Do you remember I told you that I warned you, even with the bank statement, I warned you guys, and I said, there might be a problem with the bank statement. I told you, there might be a problem with the bank statement. The bank statement might be manipulated. Until today, the confession is made. You don't just manipulate just the statement, you manipulate everything. With the advent of artificial intelligence, you manipulate everything, but it's about their confession. Oi, you think I'm joking? Advocate Mshololo doing the Lord's work here.
The question I'm going to ask it because you have just been a police officer generally over the period of 20 years. In your experience as a police officer, do you know that the pictures are capable of being edified? I'm not sure whether I'm using the correct word, of being edited. Oh, thank you, my lord. Of being edited, the pictures. I'm not talking about your skills. I'm asking general that are you aware that pictures, they are capable of being edited?
Athi-ke kule minyaka yakho onayo-ke noma kule sipiliyoni sakho naso ngaphansi kwezesiphoyisi, ingabe unalo yini ulwazi lokuthi iy'thombe esikhathini esiningi bavame ukuthi babazijobelele, usho ukuthi bavame ukuthi mhlawumbe lapho-ke ba-edithe-ke babasebenzisa ilimi lesingisi?
Nginalo.
Yes, I do have a knowledge of that.
It does happen.
Kuyenzeka yini lokho?
Yebo kunjalo nami ngiyakhona ukukwenza.
Yes, it is so, and I am also able to do that.
To edit pictures.
Usho ukuthi ukujobela iy'thombe, edit iy'thombe ngesingisi. Yes.
Thank you, my lord. I've got no further questions.
Okay, yes.
Yep. Okay. So, you're going to need to go back, revisit more evidence. You know, when Mshololo asked this question, do you know that pictures can be edited? He says, yes. Mshololo even emphasized that we're talking about pictures. I hope you have noticed the smile when Advocate Mshololo was doing that. Did you notice the smile? It's because if you were Advocate Baloyi, that moment, Advocate Dr. Sibanda, Judge Ratamakhwahleng, they were like, Mkoti Vulega, Ngingene, Ungqid. Ngoba this question has finished us. That's why Sibanda was not comfortable in that chair. You know, like the chair, there was something on that chair. That's why he was not comfortable, because he could see that the defense prepared at a very short space of time, prepared for them. And they came gun blazing. It's Ramsipil. I'm yet to deal with Ramsipil. I started with Mshololo, and I'm not even done with Mshololo. Finishing the state case, I'm coming to Ramsipil. And Advocate Mnisiana took a different path and said, we are going to ask for the doctor's examination for accused number 3. Now, we have just seen Mshololo finishing them. Remember that should that application succeed, it's still going to be another big blow. Because now we realize that the gold tooth that we're not in court, by the way, but the gold tooth, the pictures that we've been seeing in court, because this guy admitted that pictures can be manipulated, then you have to ask the question, when the accused said, no, I was not there. When the accused said, we did not take a picture with Zungu, chances are Zungu, they found a picture, manipulated the picture and placed Zungu there. The pictures that Zungu said they took them somewhere at Fosloras, what, Lisedi, chances are they manipulated that. Do you see how far we can now go? I could feel Sibanda. You know, I was in your shoes, Sibanda, shame, I was in your shoes. But unfortunately, I could not save you today. I was feeling you. You were like, this guy is letting us down. You know, we're trying here. Well, unfortunately, man, you know this thing of cooking. Sometimes cooking. The problem is the cooking. If you don't cook, you just tell the truth. You have no reason to lie. Because now, look at this. It backfires. Yarr! Guys, visit all the evidence that has got to do with pictures in court. It tells us that we need to authenticate each and every evidence that was brought by the state or that was brought by the state as an evidence, because it can be manipulated. Did you hear that? We need to authenticate every evidence that was brought, including the statements, including the statements, the photos, everything. We need to authenticate the authenticity of everything, because the possibility of it being manipulated are extremely high. But I'm not going to manipulate you. You know what? We are on the countdown to 100,000 subscribers, since we have just reached 80,000 subscribers. So please help me as we now starting the countdown. Tell your friends to tell their friends to tell their relatives to tell their cousins that, listen, there is a channel called SA INFOTAINMENT Podcast. that delivers nothing but the best in terms of crime-related content. Signing out.